What is going on YouTube? This is IdGameThat back to you for another YouTube video, and today I got something a little bit different. I've not been making videos lately, and that is for one reason only. I've decided to make another channel and move all of my non-trading card game stuff over to that channel over there. And so I'm just doing some trading card stuff on this channel, and I'm going to try and keep that permanent. So today is going to be the start of a new series where I take different cards and I analyze them and see how they step up to the metagame and see how well they will be doing. As we know, the trading card game doesn't really have a tier list like the video game does, so it's really all one giant tier. And so I'm going to be testing out Gardevoir EX and Mega Gardevoir EX today, because that is actually what I'm going to be building. That's actually what I'm building a deck around. I've actually got 100% of the deck completed, except, you know, obviously Mega Gardevoir EX and Gardevoir EX, as well as the Spirit Link, because the set Primal Clash does not come out until February 4th. But we're just going to start off, and I'm going to analyze each Pokemon, and, you know, we'll see what's going up there. So first we're going to talk about the basic Gardevoir EX. Gardevoir EX is coming in at around 100, not around, it comes in with 170 HP and is a fairy type. That is actually really good for Gardevoir, because it lives most hits. Even though Lysandered out, and even though it has the metal weakness, it is pretty hard to kill a Gardevoir EX on the first turn at least. And it also has a nice resistance to dark types, so Yveltal will be doing less damage to that. So first of all, we're going to look at the art. The art on the regular Gardevoir EX is actually really cool. I really do like it. It's got Gardevoir extending out of the frame, and the petals and stuff are going around the border, and I think that's really cool looking. While Mega Gardevoir, not Mega, Full Art Gardevoir, the art is fantastic. Looking at that, it is ultimately superb. That is all I can say about it. The art is really good on the Full Art EX. Let's see. I've got the image pulled up. Let me see who the artist is, if I can see it. Well, let's just go back. It's got Gardevoir Lex right in the back. It's on the screen right now. It's by Ryo Ueda, did the full art, and Eski Yoshinob, I don't know how to pronounce this, did the regular art. So that is really cool. So let's take a look at the attacks right now. First off, we've got the not very impressive Life Leap. For 1 energy, you do 20 damage, and heal from this Pokemon the same amount of damage you did to your opponent's active Pokemon. While if you, let's just say your opponent's playing a dragon deck for some reason, so they're weak to it, and then you have a muscle band, so you're doing fine, you're doing 60 damage. But then again, if you have a muscle band on your Gardevoir, you're gonna have to sacrifice a turn to make evolve, and that's the whole reason why we have Spirit Links now. So Life Leap really isn't gonna be used much. That's probably gonna be used if you have damage on you, and then your opponent is gonna die to a 20 hit move. But again, I really don't see it. If you're gonna put up Gardevoir, I would say Mega Evolve, but I guess if you can't, then don't. Then the next attack is actually semi-decent. Shining Wind for 3 fairy, do 100 damage. And the reason why this is so good is that's actually decent damage output, and you don't have weaknesses on your opponent's next turn, making Gardevoir EX that much harder to kill. You actually have to do 170 damage to knock out Gardevoir, which may make your opponent use a little bit more resources. So all in all, I think Gardevoir EX is pretty decent. It comes in at the 170 HP. It is the fairy typing, which not that many are weak to, but it does do a decent damage, and I love the art on both the full art and the normal art. So we're gonna hop on that Mega Stone and Mega Evolve and go into Mega Gardevoir EX, where the art just gets better. So Mega Gardevoir EX actually kind of loses the art that it kind of loses the high HP, where it went from 170 to 210, which is not that well impressive, and I'm pretty sure Mega Lucario EX had 230. So I don't quite understand that. I'm just checking that up right now. Yeah, it had 220. So that's kind of a shame. And normal Lucario had 180. So, you know, it's definitely better than 160 like Florges EX, but it's alright. I don't really see much besides the Steel decks that can knock out Gardevoir in one hit, and even then, you still have to do at least 100 damage with a Steel-type Pokemon to knock out Gardevoir. And now we're going to get into the attack, and this is the whole reason why I decided to make, you know, Gardevoir into a deck. Brilliant Arrow is a fantastic attack. Brilliant Arrow. For 1 fairy, 2 colorless, you do 30 times the damage by the number of fairy energy attached to all of your Pokemon. Now, what does this mean? This means if you have Xerneas to set up first turn with Geomancy, the normal Xerneas, sorry about that bump, the normal Xerneas for 1 fairy energy to search out 2 fairy energy to put on the bench, you are already doing 90 damage with Gardevoir. The one on the Xerneas, which you can apply turn 2, plus the 2 that you just surfed out, you're doing 90 damage. That is unbelievable. If you have a Muscle Band, turn 2, you can be doing 110 damage, which is actually turn 3 you can evolve your first turn. Turn 2 technically, yes. I'm thinking like, yeah, if I choose first then it's your turn, so it's the second turn. But no, your second turn you can be doing 110 damage maximum, which is, it is fantastic. So let's go, the weakness and resistance are the same, and it has a 2 retreat cost, which is the same as the normal retreat cost for normal Gardevoir EX, something I forgot to mention. Now let's go ahead and talk about what kind of synergy that Mega Gardevoir EX. I'm actually going to tell you what I'm going to use for my deck, and we're kind of getting a little long here, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to be using a Fairy Transfer deck with Aromatisse. You see these all over the place. You see it with Genesect Virizion, I believe you saw this a little bit. Maybe not, I don't even know what I'm talking about. But another thing is Florges EX and other and Xerneas EX. Just normal fairy decks. Mega Gardevoir fits so well. You can, the thing is, the synergy with Aromatisse, Xerneas, you can throw in Mewtwo EX, just because Mewtwo EX loves the energy acceleration. For those of you who don't know, Fairy Transfer, you can move Fairy Energy all over the place. Fairy Garden allows you, if you have a Fairy Energy, then you can retreat for free. So Mega Gardevoir EX just fits in right perfectly with the Fairy decks. I'm gonna go back to the Mewtwo, what I said. Mewtwo has perfect synergy because Mewtwo loves energy acceleration. If you can fit on, like, if you need to retreat and you can put up Mewtwo and then you just attach like 4 energy and boom, you're doing so much damage. And then I also have Reshiram, so I can be Steel decks, but I only run 1 of each. 1 Mewtwo, 1 Reshiram, just saying. So what this means is you're probably going to be running a lot of Fairy Energy, which you need to be careful about because 1, you don't want to draw a hand with like 5 Fairy Energy and like an Aromatisse, that would be bad. And 2, that means this is a complicated decision because Reshiram, if you don't have energy acceleration, you basically lose, which is why I'm debating whether running 2 double colorless or just like no double colors at all, but that's a decision I'll make in the future. There's one more thing though. Oh, of course, the big thing about fairy decks is because of Fairy Transfer, Max Potion is so good. With Mega Gardevoir EX having a giant chunk of HP, 210, if they're not a Steel type, you're surviving more than likely. Unless, you know, Mewtwo, whatever. So the good thing about it is you can run 2 Max Potion and a Dowsing Machine in your deck, and it is, you are just like constantly recycling your HP. And so all in all, I think Mega Gardevoir EX is going to be a huge player in the up and coming metagame. Being able to do 110 damage turn 2 is just astounding to me. And it gets more and more each turn you attach energy. So those are my opinions on Mega Gardevoir EX. Say what you think in the comment section below, and comment which card you want me to do a a little thing on, a little review on, and maybe I'll do yours. So thank you guys for watching. This has been IdGameThat, and I'll see you guys in the next clip.